Let's talk to...
All right, probably my last call.
Let's talk to FatBottomGirl.
FatBottomGirl.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Derek's final call.
Okay,
I'm
I'm honored to be your final call.
Well, it is quite an honor.
I was going to say, their camera shot was like
quite a responsibility as well.
Uh-oh.
What was the shot?
Nothing.
Her jacket.
It was framed very interesting.
You know what is funny? I was just thinking like, oh, anonymous call. Like, her face is blocked out.
I can't figure out my camera. Anyway.
It's a fixed
So.
It's a fixed fucking camera. Sorry, that's not you. I was impersonating someone else. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, so to go with the spooky Halloween theme, what's the scariest movie you've ever seen?
Scariest movie?
Mm-hmm.
For me, The Shining is my favorite. Is the ultimate.
Really?
To me, yeah. That movie is still scary to me. But if I could say scariest scene in a movie,
Ooh,
for some
okay.
reason, a shot and whatever in a movie that I'm always is unsettling to me, and I don't ask me why. Is another Kubrick movie, 2001, when he's aged and reaching from his bed to the monolith. Mm-hmm. For some reason, that shot, I still clench back like something's gonna jump, and it's like, hey, you've seen this movie 80 times, you know nothing will happen, but that's scary to me. Anyway.
Huh.
I never thought of The Shining as like a scary movie. Like there are scenes in it where I just go like, oh, that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
I was watching The Shining with a girlfriend, as an ex-girlfriend, and
And it was a lot scarier, wasn't it?
And there was a part where we had to pause the movie and stop.
That happened with me, too.
Because
Really?
she was crying.
Yeah.
It's the part where
Wow.
I think it's
Give me the bat.
Shelley Duvall running down the hall, and then she
Spoilers.
turns and looks, and it's the guy in the dog costume.
Oh.
Yeah.
And bends down and like looks up. That like fucking affected her.
That's funny.
And she just went. She's like, "We have to stop. We have to stop.
Hey,
we have to stop."
I watched that movie when I was in 8th grade, and I got to that part, and as an 8th grader, was just so fucking confused. Like, what?
Yeah. I had to.
What's
read,
going on?
I had to read into that. That's from the book.
Yeah.
And it's not something that appears in the movie anywhere else.
Do you know what we're referring to? Do you want to hear this?
He doesn't give.
I'm
a
actually,
fuck.
you know what? No, because I'm trying to do this for Sean.
Yeah,
I'm going to
why?
watch this movie in the next couple days. I got some more free time that I wasn't expecting.
Do it.
Yeah,
You're gonna see this one shot.
I always watch that for Halloween, so I need it back by then. So he has a
Right,
little
Yeah,
bit of time.
do it.
So
I
I'm
kind
gonna-
of want to watch that
The
again.
Shining
watch
is, in my opinion, The Shining and The Exorcist are the two best horror movies.
Yeah.
But,
Really? Exorcist?
well, I feel like it depends on what you're judging a horror movie on. Like,
She said the movie we were most scared.
The Exorcist,
Doesn't have to be horror.
The Exorcist is legitimately scary, but also legitimately entertaining and a good story. And there's a lot of movies that are scarier than The Exorcist, but they fall apart in the end, and the story makes no sense.
Very true.
I remember as a kid a movie that really, like, it just, the best way I can put it is it just spooked me was The Poltergeist.
Yeah, and that's my other favorite. That's my other favorite.
My dad showed me that movie. My dad wouldn't really watch any scary movies. He showed me that movie when I was like 10.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fucked up.
You stopped asking, didn't you?
I saw it when I was a little kid, and I was like, "Fuck, they're gonna come out of the TV." Shit.
You
What
know
if my
what's
house is built
interesting?
on an Indian burial ground?
What?
I don't know if this is going to go into what you're going to
Secret
say or
prizes.
whatever. But you know what's interesting is Derek pointed this out to me about that movie. That's always been one of my favorite movies. So I always say one of my favorite horror movies. But Derek pointed this out to me. He was like, you know, the thing is though with that movie, it's not really a horror movie or presented like one. It's kind of a Steven Spielberg movie about some other fantastic thing. Only this happens to be strange and horrific things from another. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's got, I think why I connected to it so much and why I've always, because horror's never been my thing, but why that always connected to me is the movie has this fantastic side to it.
Yeah.
It's not, turn around, a knife! You know, it's not like that. It's fantastic. You know, like.
Poltergeist, yeah. When she's looking into that light and all that hair is blowing around,
Yeah.
that is so Steven
Yeah.
Spielberg, like, adventure. They might as well be opening up the Ark.
It fucked
Yeah,
me up as a
exactly.
kid too. Not because of the clown, but because I remember like one of them has like a weird fever dream or whatever.
Yeah.
And that scene was like
what? I'm sorry.
one of the kids has a fever dream or something happens where like the clown I forgot his name
got
right
it.
now. God damn it. It comes into the dream and it like manipulates stuff. That movie when I first saw it, I was like, I shouldn't have seen that movie. And like when I went back and watched it again, I went, why did you get scared by this? But I'm like, as a kid, I remember being terrified of watching that movie.
I think that movies that don't have great stories but have good, really, really good scares in them are the ending of Sleepaway Camp, which I don't know if anybody's seen.
Yep.
I haven't.
Yeah, that's awesome. The Sleepaway Camp might as well be a comedy until the final scene, which will give
One of
you
the most horrific
nightmares.
scenes ever,
Give
yeah.
you nightmares
Okay.
that night. And also, not really a horror movie. Scanners, all like the mental battles
yeah.
and Scanners is just
Still never seen that.
hard to watch.
I need to see that.
And also, not a horror movie in any sense of the word, except that it probably puts more dread and legitimate fear of what could happen at any given moment. Platoon.
Platoon?
Never
Platoon.
heard of it.
It's a military movie, right?
Platoon
That's,
is a movie about Vietnam,
Vietnam.
and it's filmed in a way where there are parts in Platoon where they'll find these holes in the ground, and they know there's Vietnam soldiers in there, and it's like, we gotta flush these out. And one dude will like take his shirt off and get a flashlight and a gun, and it's this scene of him like just crawling through this hole, and it's just like, this whole movie, Platoon is a war movie, but it's a great horror movie too, even though it doesn't try to be, because it has this fear of death from any moment, from any angle. Like, you're basically already dead. All the characters in Platoon is just like,
Wow.
they could die at any moment. It's very fearful, very
I need to see
dreadful.
When I was a kid, it scared the shit out of me.
Oh, yeah.
Scared
Yeah,
the
definitely.
shit out of me. When I got older, Jacob's Ladder kind of fucked me up. I thought that movie was it was just out there and fucking weird. And
haven't seen
then
that.
when I got over those, another movie that's not even like a horror movie, but really like gave me nightmares and fucked me up was the original Solaris that I own on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
That was like,
Scary movie.
I don't know why.
Some-
I don't know why. Like watching it, I wasn't scared or nervous or anything. But
Yeah.
like that night had like, I thought people were like in my room and were like appearing and disappearing and standing over my bed. Like fucked me
fuck
up.
that.
Yeah.
You know,
No way.
it's fun. Not to go off on our thing on that, whatever. That's a movie that I really actually like the remake a lot.
Yeah.
I like it, but because I feel like a lot of people shit on the remake. It takes a totally different. It makes a totally different point and everything from the original movie. But a lot of people, I think, don't read between the lines and they go, "Well, they just didn't do that as well." But it really doesn't try to be that movie. But anyway, I like them both. But that original one is creepy.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's super dry and super Russian and fucked me up.
Cool. Good call.
A lot of people are talking about the director of Poltergeist. It's really funny because it seems like more and more as the years go on, more and more of that movie is revealed to be like directed by Spielberg. Like it was Toby, whatever the hell his name is, Hooper, who directed it, and it was problematic. Whatever it was produced by Spielberg, but they say every year that goes by, it's like more and more people come out and say, yeah, did this.
Hey, some Hone Nuno in the chat said something that I completely agree with. Halloween isn't exactly scary until you put yourself in the shoes of someone being chased by Michael.
Yep,
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah.
Halloween-
I absolutely agree.
Completely
Halloween is
agree.
a brilliant horror film, and it's easy to watch it and be like, this movie's not scary. But if you let yourself really get into it
Yeah.
and think about, like, these are 17-year-old high school students, babysitting on Halloween, it gets creepy when you're in the right mindset.
And the older I get, the easier I can kind of get into the mindset that they're trying to get me into for movies.
Yeah.
Isn't
like
that funny though?
Yeah.
Because you have
Well, it's because you become more empathetic, I think, as you get older.
yeah.
And so you can kind of go like, oh, I understand the situation. Oh, fuck.
When
I
I'm a
understand
kid-
the situation.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
when I was a kid, the only thing that I looked for or was impressed by or whatever was like, will they blow up? Will they?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is he gonna? Big outlandish things. Make this bigger. And it's only now that I go, yeah, I just want the person chased on the street under a lamp. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Where that's enough, and I'm like, fuck, what would I do? Fuck, I couldn't do that as a kid.
Giorizo says that works for any horror movie, but no, you can't watch Event Horizon and think, what if I went through a black hole?
I've done that. I've thought about that. So please don't.
I've
say
been
that.
through a black hole.
Well, then I stand
despair.
corrected.
I don't want to hear about that.
Beyond the black hole.
Under a castle.
Anyways, I love Halloween and Halloween 5. So those are my two
Really?
favorite-
Halloween 5?
Halloween 5 is the second best Halloween in my
What
opinion.
about Halloween H2O? The water Halloween.
Yeah.
Not that good.
Which one
Halloween
had Busta
H2O 's
Rhymes?
That was Halloween Resurrection.
Thank you.
I thought it was an H2O too. Am I wrong?
No, you're thinking of LL Cool J.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
racist, dude.
Ladies love Cool James.
Halloween 5 is really good. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out.
Hellraiser is not a scary movie.
I was so disappointed with Hellraiser. I read the book or Clive Barker's little story about it, and then I saw the movie, and I was really bummed out.
Which is funny because he directed all of those.
Yeah,
Like 3.
It didn't work.
I thought it was cool and the concept was cool, but those movies aren't scary. They're just grotesque.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like they just kind of
freaky.
show off special effects and makeup effects that guys can do.
And they're really cool. And the concept of getting this box and opening it and having it basically condemn you to give your soul or bring somebody else. That's a really cool concept. But then all they are basically just slasher films where you watch pretty people die.
It's like Hostel. It's just gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hostel was just gross.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Definitely.
That's a good point.
It was never scary. It was always just, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, really?
As a kid, I loved them because I'm like, yeah, look at these people die, look at all this blood and gore. And then you get older and you're like, it's not really that impressive or cool or.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, the effects were awesome, I
Yeah.
guess.
And when I saw Scream in 6th grade, I could not go to sleep that night.
Oh my god, don't get me. Okay, let me tell you my little story. Sorry. So I was terrified of Scream when I was a little kid. And my older brother knew this. He's I don't know how old he was. He was really old. But anyway, so I was playing in the backyard with my friends. And all of a sudden, this guy in a Scream costume comes into the backyard. And he just starts screaming and waving around a knife. So I freak out.
That's fun.
And I run into my house, and I'm like, oh my god, Scream's here, they're gonna kill me, they're gonna kill me. And then we go to my brother's room to go tell him, and I see the Scream costume bundled up in the corner, and I'm like, you fucking didn't.
Yeah.
It was the
really
worst.
funny.
I died.
You mentioning Michael Myers and that story too reminded me of one of the best Halloweens of my life.
Oh,
Yeah,
go,
what?
get on set.
Get on the set. I'm gonna.
When I was a
grab something real
kid,
quick.
I love Halloween and decorating stuff. We had a neighbor who liked Halloween too, and one year I will always remember this. He dressed up as Michael Myers, full jumpsuit, mask, and everything, and he would go up to. We were all close neighbors around, and he would go up to the sliding back door and knock on it in the dark.
Oh, cool dude.
And
Yeah.
just going up and just freaking people out. All not people he didn't know. It was just us. But I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. The neighbor, we had a woman who lived across the street and she flipped out. It was awesome.
That's awesome. I want to be that guy.
Cool.
Well, cool.
Thank you for your call.
Alright, thank you guys. Love you. See you in a few days.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Talk to you later.